Spicehead, this is Blah 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 Community Minute with your host, Chelsea. Hanging out here at Spiceworks headquarters, ready to give you a preview of what happened this week in the community. Around Halloween, you guys were all posting your horror stories. It really got our brains churning with some IT-related horror stories, focused purely on the horrific questions that end users ask. Spicehead Jason Vivier kicks off the week with a thread he calls Things That Hurt to Hear, where he's asking you Spiceheads out there in the community to tell him some painful quotes that you've heard from end users lately. The spiciest and perhaps the most painfully vague question comes from our very own Jimmy T, where he writes his end users commonly ask, "Hey, I have a quick question." You guys spice that up 29 times and counting. Coming in at a close second with 25 spice ups, Jim H has a post about faxes. Apparently this end user was completely lost in the whole concept of faxing. "I sent this fax 3 times and it's still here." Tim H nearly dropped his mouse and walked out of the office. And James 485 brings a little rationale to the conversation. Here's an excerpt from his quote. "That's when I remember that these sort of end users are the reason that I have job security." Yeah! Ding, ding, ding. And my favorite post, although not the spiciest, comes from Spicehead Dan Tools, where he writes, "Oh my god, I deleted the internet!" Turns out the user just deleted the Internet Explorer icon from their desktop. And if you haven't gotten your fill of funny, sordid, horrifying end user stories just yet, don't worry, there's plenty of posts in the water coolers. Winter is coming. November is upon us and the cool weather is finally hitting Texas. Looks like the rest of the community is feeling the cool breeze of winter as well, as we've seen an influx of posts all about the weather. Spicehead Trelstad Tech, look, that's a mouthful, kicked off his thread with "One day you're mowing leaves, ... The next day you're preparing for 4 to 8 inches of snow." As Spicehead Bob169 shares his sentiment that winter just needs to slow down. While bad boy Kelly Armitage posts, "Cannot wait!" as he posts a pic of the negative 17 degrees below and a picture of a snowmobile. And this is a little segment I like to call Community 101. This week we saw a thread called SW Etiquette, where you guys were all asking the question, when's the right time to ask about that best answer or helpful post tag? According to longtime moderator Bud G, it's up to the OP to decide. The OP has about 1 week's time to get that best answer and helpful post tag in there, and then it's up to the group admin, and then eventually the moderator. We're working as a team here in the community so that it's easy for you guys to get the answers you're looking for. All right, Spiceheads. Things are gonna get a little weird as we enter the realm of featured posts. Over the past few months, you may have seen some changes here around the community. Featured posts is the latest craze to hit the community. Now, being chosen for a featured post is definitely brag-worthy, but as one Spicehead, Lindsay Perez, points out, creating a new topic just to say, "Hey, look at me, I got a featured post," is really clogging up the water cooler. And you guys gave him some feedback. "Why can't we just make a sticky thread?" Jay Cheatham brings a lot of thoughtful conclusions to the conversation. "Making a post about your post getting featured is a waste of a post. Featuring a post about a post, complaining about a post about a featured post would be funny. A post in a featured post, boasting about the post becoming a featured post is acceptable." And Merlin Yoda warns us all. "Poleception featured we must fear. If we are not careful, internet gets sucked into a massive black hole of numerous featured posts." What do you guys think of my Yoda impression? All right, guys, I gotta break out the serious face. Just want to take a moment to highlight some of the fun stuff that's happening around the community this week. Yeah! Next week, we're going to be kicking off our second game night. Well, technically game day, because this will be happening on a weekend. If you guys don't know all about our game night shenanigans, you definitely want to look up the private group Let's Play for details. Confidential Klaus Campaign! The moment you guys have all been waiting for, our very own Sarah Crook has posted the Confidential Klaus Campaign. That's right, it's our version of Secret Santa. So if you guys are looking to treat a Spicehead, a Spiceworker, or even a GG to a lovely gift, be sure to sign up. It's Movember. And that means time for some good old-fashioned charity. So hit up the water cooler to sign up for our Movember thread. It's cleverly titled, Shave the Date. That's the end of blah, 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 blah. Community Minute with Chelsea. Hope you liked what you saw. Now, if you guys want to be featured on our next show, be sure to write something interesting. And always watching.